Hey there, my name is Danny Leibrandt, and today I'm with Jake Sheldon, who is the co-founder of Pest Control Millionaires, which is a successful marketing program for pest control companies, along with a portfolio, really he owns a portfolio of different service-based businesses, and that might be pest control, cleaning, movers, you name it. And today we're going to be talking all about Facebook groups and specifically in Facebook groups of how we can automate them and how we can systemize them and how we can really generate a ton of leads from them. And like I've already mentioned, you've generated tons of leads from Facebook groups. You're involved in a lot of Facebook groups and you've taught a lot of people your strategies here. So really excited to dive into this one, and thanks for coming on, Jake.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So first, I guess we could start out with the actual scripts of what we're doing for the posting. So I know you're a big advocate for this, but just to be clear, like, should people use your scripts or should they make their own scripts just to like make it easier for posting instead of like, you know, coming up with a new script every time?
Yeah. I mean, Jonas says it all the time, don't reinvent the wheel. So we already have scripts that work. We've been doing it for literally years. I would just recommend just copying what we've already put together in our templates. It's really simple. We have 5 to 7 templates, depending on how many you want to use. But I always suggest just using our first 5 templates for sure. And then you can get creative after that, because you'll start seeing the similarities in the posts, and you can get, like I said, get creative after that.
Okay, awesome. So then you start to make your own from there. Would you ever recommend people using ChatGPT to make the post, or they write them themselves?
When people see the templates, they're actually much more simple than you would think. I think the mistakes that we talked about in previous videos is they try to promote. All you really want to do is prime your audience and offer value. Value. It's so important. So as long as you're just keeping your post simple and providing value, that's all you really need to do. It's really simple, and do it at volume.
Hey guys, real quick, if you guys are really looking to grow your pest control company, check out what we do at pestcontrolmillionaires.com.
Yeah, awesome. And then where does automation play into this? So maybe we can talk about the role of high level first. Like, how much of this process can we automate?
There's not a ton you can do with the group posts or that you want to do with automation. I just use Go High Level for like the tracking purposes through my pipeline. So I can track how many sales are actually coming through the groups. Now, one thing that you can use AI for, ChatGPT for, is finding groups and finding like the suburbs in your area. So say for example, you're in Dallas, Texas, there's a lot of different suburbs, right? You can have ChatGPT put all the suburbs down, and then, you know, say it's Plano, Frisco, Dallas, right? All these areas, each one of them are going to have their own Facebook groups. So it's going to be like Dallas networking groups, Dallas entrepreneur groups, you know, Dallas business owner groups. But the same thing for Plano, same thing for Frisco. So you're going to have the same types of categories, but for each suburb. And that's why it's really important to have a spreadsheet or a pipeline or something that you're tracking all these different groups in, because it's easy to miss them.
Awesome. So that's the thing you can use ChatGPT for. And I guess I'll go back to my previous question, just to be clear here. Like, would you recommend, you know, after maybe someone runs out of the templates and they're or even that they don't want to use templates, maybe they want to use their own thing, should they write them? Like, do you think people can write a good one, or should they use something like ChatGPT?
Yeah. Because as far as like the value goes, you guys already know what you're doing. I'm talking to the pest controllers right now. You already know what you're doing as far as a service. So a simple video could be how to get rid of carpenter ants on a deck, or how to get rid of rodents, how to get rid of stink bugs. It could be that simple, where you're just giving value away of how to treat the issues that you're already doing every day anyways.
Yeah.
And we've talked about in previous videos, Jonas actually doesn't even do the teching, and I guess neither do I, but we both have our technicians film videos now, and we use our technicians videos in these group posts.
Yeah.
And so it's really them taking care of the problem, and we're showing in these videos the value of, hey, this is how you can get rid of it on your own. Again, sounds counterintuitive to show people how to do your job, but it actually does build authority. It builds trust because people are like, oh, wow, this guy owns a pest control company. He's teaching me how to get rid of the issue. That's super interesting. But I promise, guys, it works really, really well to get leads because they're going to start seeing you as the trusted authority in that group.
Yeah. Well, especially you have the local relevance. So it's not just like you're, I don't know, kind of a famous pest control guy in the US. It's like, no, I live in a small town in Nebraska. And like this is like, you know, everyone knows this pest control guy in Nebraska. It seems like that's almost the positioning that you're looking for. And now let's talk a little bit more about systemizing. We can start with virtual assistants. So I know you're super big on virtual assistants. You literally have a virtual assistant staffing company and you already sold one before. You're super big on it. Where do virtual assistants come into play here?
Yeah. So to be transparent, my virtual assistant does everything from the writing the scripts now because they know what to do. The only thing that we do is we send them the video, they edit the video, and they do the postings on all the groups. So they essentially do everything.
Wow.
For these group posts.
That's crazy.
Very simple. So that's what I, of course, would suggest doing because your guys' time is worth more value than what you can pay the virtual assistants for. Virtual assistants are absolutely amazing. We'll go into this later, but they don't, in a lot of these countries, they don't need to make as much to live a very, very quality life.
Yeah.
So you can pay anyone from like $3 to $10 an hour, depending on where they're at, to do these tasks for you. And we all know here in America, it's expensive to live here. So your time is worth more than $3 to $10 an hour. So you shouldn't be doing these tasks. You should have someone else doing these tasks for you.
Definitely. And would you recommend that companies have like a dedicated Facebook group VA, just one VA that is only Facebook groups, or does it not take that much time?
No, it doesn't take that much time. They can do a whole lot more tasks for you than just that. Like my virtual assistants will take calls, they'll do my scheduling, they'll do my routing, they even order my chemical from Viserys. Like, dang, they do the whole 9 yards. So no, they don't need to just be doing Facebook groups. It's not going to take them that long. You can have them do other things as well.
Okay. Now, someone that's starting out, let's say a smaller pest control company, maybe doing less than 100K a year, do you think they should be doing all of these activities? Should they be picking up all the calls, replying to all the messages, be personally involved, or should they just get a virtual assistant and kind of do other things?
I would say just get a virtual assistant right away. It's going to make your life so much easier because, again, your time is worth more than $3 to $10 an hour. Just get a virtual assistant right away to do these tasks for you, even if they're just helping you out for an hour or 2 hours a day. Just have them do something. It also gets you, talk about this a lot later, but it also gets you prepared for delegation. The sooner you can learn how to delegate your tasks, the quicker you're going to grow. Yeah.
Okay. So you have to be able to relinquish some of those activities. Like you're not the person who's always going to be picking up the phone. You have to be okay with that. Like, but I mean, maybe I guess a caveat here is like your virtual assistants aren't a pest control expert. So when they're making those posts, do the scripts actually come into play, or how do you train them, I guess, on this?
Yeah. And that's why we always suggest using our templates in the beginning.
Yeah.
Just because we already know what works. We already know what's going to convert. So I would just suggest doing that for sure. But over time, you can actually train ChatGPT to learn how you're doing the posts, and it actually comes out with posts almost identical to what we do.
Wow.
So ChatGPT is definitely a very, very good tool to utilize with that. But your virtual assistants can learn what kind of posts that you're doing over time, and you can train them on that. But honestly, it's a really easy task. Once you guys see the templates and what we're doing, they're just so simple. Again, they're just videos providing value. So they don't need to be experts on anything. Just give them the scripts, have them post it. They can make more scripts as time goes on. It's really, really simple.
Awesome.
It's not hard at all.
And the last question I got for you here is, Ben, how can you keep virtual assistants accountable in something particularly like this? Like, do they need to fill out a spreadsheet every week? Are they reporting to you? Like, how can you make sure that this is getting done?
Yes. So you definitely want to track this either on a software or in a spreadsheet. You're going to have all your suburbs on that sheet, just like we were talking about. You're going to have what group, like have the group URL link on that spreadsheet. You're going to have the last post, so the posting URL. And then you're going to have the date that you posted in there, and then how many leads came from that specific group. So they're going to track all that. You're going to give them that spreadsheet, and you're going to have shared access to that spreadsheet. So that way, you know, they're actually doing the posts. And then you can even go click and see the posts, see if it's gotten comments, see if it's gotten engagement, anything like that. So it's really, really important for your virtual assistant to track that so you actually know that they're doing the work.
Awesome. Okay. So there has to be some kind of reporting there, because I'm sure like, you know, some people might hire a virtual assistant and, you know, you might just not check the Facebook groups. You kind of trust the virtual assistant and they end up kind of falling flat on you. So awesome.
One thing I want to say, Danny, too, is I wouldn't suggest right away them, like a virtual assistant, actually making the sales from the groups. I would actually suggest the owner making the sales from the groups, like actually doing the calling in the beginning until you start scaling your company. You can have the virtual assistants do the posts and the commenting and things of that nature, but I actually wouldn't have them do the sales instantly unless you've trained them very, very well on the sales aspect of things, which does take time and delegation. But I wouldn't do that until you scaled your company a little bit farther.
Awesome. Okay, that's a good distinction. Okay, cool. Well, it seems like we've just about covered everything regarding automating Facebook groups, systemizing them, and how virtual assistants play a role in that. So I think that was a great episode, and thanks so much for coming on, Jake.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. I know that we really appreciate you guys taking the time with us here. If you guys have any questions, comments, make sure to throw them in the comment section below. And if you found this valuable, make sure to like and subscribe and to share with your friends who maybe own a service business themselves. Again, our goal here is to provide as much value to you guys as possible. Also, if you guys are really looking to grow your business, make sure to check out our website at pestcontrolmillionaires.com. We'll have the link below in the bio, and we'll also have a free school group for you guys to check out. So thanks for watching.